Ladies and gentlemen, it has been so long, but welcome back to another episode of Unhinged Glove Reviews. And today, we've got the Titans Competition Style Pro Boxing Gloves. Now, obviously, before the review, let's get to the elephant in the room. Why did I take so long to upload? Well, the first reason is because I literally just didn't have any gear to review. I feel like I couldn't review any other boxing gear besides boxing gloves, so I just decided to stop uploading when I didn't have any. And second, my laptop's charger decided to give up on me, which led me to buy another one from Shopee that broke in about 3 days. But now that I actually have a working charger and a new pair of boxing gloves, I thought it's about damn time to make another video. Now I've been looking for a pair of genuine leather gloves for a while. Mostly because I was tired of buying synthetic gloves that just broke in about 6 months. Now I was deciding between Bayantug and Titans. Bayantugs because it was fairly cheap and I actually got to wear them before. And Titans because it looked more like a boxing glove with a longer cuff. And not to mention it was manufactured in Europe unlike other boxing brands that have their gloves made in India, Pakistan, or China. In the end, I decided to choose Titans because of the genuine leather and the European craftsmanship. Now obviously the first thing I noticed about the glove is the leather. It's made from a nice high quality leather and not the synthetic leather that you see on like Everlast or like Venom and stuff like that. But I mean, mostly because I've been getting like fake gloves, except for the 1910s that I bought. Those were legit. But this is really a nice high quality leather that they use. It's a fairly thick leather, and you could tell it's not made with cheap materials based on how I squish it. You don't hear any like crackling like from plastic or something, meaning that there's no like plastic lining inside the glove because cheaper gloves do that to apparently be waterproof, which doesn't really help. It just kind of makes the glove just feel a lot cheaper than it should be. And second is the build quality, the stitching is really nice. I like this side right here where it kind of folds a little bit. As I can tell, they really stitched it properly. You can see the inside of this glove, a nice medium-sized grip bar. There's double stitching on the inside for the grip bar, a nice lining over here. And then you have the cuff right here, which has the Titans logo. And the cuff is also made out of leather. And you could just hear the quality of the Velcro, which is very amazing. Not to mention the leather smells absolutely amazing when you open it for the first time. Now let's take a look at the inside of the glove. You can see right here that it's got this pretty nice lining inside. Got a random 5 in here. I don't know what that's meant to represent. But you can see there's a padding at the wrist here, which means this glove has some pretty decent wrist support. Now I'll try putting my hand in it, and you can immediately feel the comfort. These felt a bit tight at first, actually, before I started breaking them in. It felt really tight during the first use because I don't know if it's because it was genuine leather, because I've heard Colito races are pretty stiff when you first try them on, so I'm pretty sure it's just a leather thing. But as you can see here, you can open close your fist pretty well. The wrist support is definitely the best so far out of any glove that I've ever owned. You can definitely feel like the EU craftsmanship here because none of the elements on here feel cheap. Like it generally feels like it's been handcrafted properly to like last a long time. Now, this is the part where I feel like I need to preface something. I've had a pair of amateur gloves before, and those were the fake red Everlast amateur gloves with the white top that I showed you on my fake Everlast gloves video. And I didn't really like amateur gloves because of that. It just didn't feel comfortable hitting the bag with. Now I feel like it's pretty much an issue because I didn't really break the gloves in, but even then, it still didn't really feel good hitting the bag with. And honestly, that was my first impression with this glove too. I just didn't really like the rounded surface of the glove. Although it was a lot more protective, I just felt it bounced off the bag awkwardly. But now that I've actually broken these in after a few uses on the bag, these feel absolutely amazing. The padding is very protective. Like I literally tried punching a wall with this and I didn't feel anything other than just a ripple in my arms because of the punch. Like I'm genuinely able to go like full power on the bag without having to worry about my wrists bending or my hands hurting. Like this is genuinely the best glove I've ever owned so far. Now the main problem with this is I don't necessarily know if you can use these in amateur competitions here in the Philippines or if these are necessarily allowed. Mainly because this is built with genuine leather, and most of the time, or pretty much all the time, in amateur competitions, you use a synthetic leather or a cactus leather boxing glove, as you can see in the Olympics with Adidas. But I guess if the competition allows 12-ounce gloves or requires 12-ounce gloves, these are one of the best, if not the best glove I'd recommend you use in fight. Now, for the price of these boxing gloves, these are originally like 2,500 or 3,000 pesos. You will usually find these in Toby Sports, which I'm pretty sure is the official retailer for these gloves because I don't really see them anywhere else. And you can also get these on Shopee or Lazada. In fact, I managed to get this pair for only 1,900 because of a sale on Shopee. So I definitely recommend you buying these boxing gloves when there's a big sale so you can save a lot of money. And overall, I'd give these gloves an unhinged score of 9 out of 10. These are definitely the best gloves I've ever had so far. I don't even know how many times I've already said that, but anyways, that's it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.